I'll try to beat 3 Ultimate without ever sharpening my weapon, but if I don't beat the game before Sunbreak comes out, I have to play the expansion like a classic. Also, rules are in the description. On June 2nd, I had to decide if I wanted to speed through to G rank or get Cha-Cha and Kayamba first. I chose the latter option, but first I needed something that would give me an advantage in this challenge. The special Gunlance from the Butt Fangle event quest. After getting what I needed, I got the Baron's Blazing Gunlance and went back to the village. But I stopped to think, how am I gonna get Mind's Eye? I did some research to see when you get the skill, and oh, you must reach G rank. How about the decos? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I was gonna have to go with some armor sets that are decent and hopefully don't affect sharpness. I get the Jaggy armor since it has attack boost, and hopefully it'll get me to high rank. My sharpness was decreasing a little faster than I expected in the Kuropeko quest, likely due to bouncing off the flint fists. I also had to be careful with my shelling use as I went through the key quest. Fun fact, did you know that at red sharpness you can't use shelling? Yeah, that became quite the problem in this challenge. On June 5th, I faced off against Chris. He proved to be quite the challenge, and as you can see, my sharpness harshly fell, making every attack effectively useless. At this point, I had to use my big brain and use bombs to deal emotional damage until he was ready for capture. I got the urgent quest to obtain Kayamba, but I still had to defeat Diabolos first. This was not fun. At max sharpness, the fight was like normal, until the sharpness drained super fast. I tried not to use my shellings much, but the reason for this is because the weak spot happens to be out of reach. Unless, of course, he falls over and the back is exposed. I had to use the same strategy like with Chris until eventually I captured it. Now with Kayamba in our arsenal, we can go to the Tanzia port, right? Well, not quite. See, after beating Chris, Cha-Cha went missing and I couldn't proceed with just one Shakalaka. I also didn't remember when exactly Cha-Cha appears again. Oh, after the very next quest. How convenient. At this point, I needed a different weapon since I was having so much trouble with the bouncing from red sharpness. I went with the Barroth Hunting Horn since it has natural Mind's Eye. We were now ready to take on the hub quests. Or so I thought. On June 7th, the urgent quest with Chris took forever because the new Hunting Horn had one fatal flaw. Its negative affinity. So I got a better horn that doesn't have that awful defect. However, that wasn't the end of my problems as the next key quest would soon break me. See, I was hunting a Nibblesnarf using the new horn for about 26 minutes until it was ready for capture. Then I made one big mistake, not waiting for it to sleep. I then placed the shock trap down only for it to get destroyed moments later. And knowing pitfalls don't work on Nibblesnarf, I had no choice but to slay it. I was ready for this fight to be over, but it ended up lasting over 40 minutes since every hit did almost no damage at red sharpness. So now I needed to try another weapon. The like button. The Greatsword. If I just use the hit and run playstyle, I shouldn't lose that much sharpness, meaning I would no longer need Mind's Eye. At least in theory. I get the Golem Blade since it has high yellow and orange sharpness. It may not have green, but it would have to do until later. On June 8th, I noticed the Greatsword wasn't losing that much sharpness, but it's still yellow sharpness, and because of that, I bounced on a lot of parts. I decided to go with the Siegmund because of the green sharpness as well as the affinity. This took me a bit to get though because of RNG. Let's hope that doesn't hurt my chances at beating this challenge on time. I was going through the key quests until the urgent came up where I had to hunt 2 monsters. I was worried since my sharpness would decrease faster here than if I was to hunt just 1 monster. So I had a strategy to save my sharpness a bit, capturing both of them. Unfortunately... Oh, she's in the trap. No, I'm missing. No, why am I missing? No! That was so bad, why? Yeah, I completely whiffed on capturing Rathian. When I tried to capture it again in hopes to still preserve my sharpness, Rathalos got in the pitfall instead, making it so I had to slay both of them. The timing couldn't have been any worse, but thankfully I was still at green sharpness by the end of it. Greatsword really is great for this challenge. Now that I was in high rank, I needed better armor, but nothing else seemed to meet my criteria. So why fix what isn't broken? That's right, high rank Jaggy armor. I proceeded to hunt Rathalos right away and got a ruby on the first try. Take that, bad RNG! While I was farming for more materials though, my friends on Discord had something to say after seeing me use Greatsword. Okay, you know what? I'll add to this. If I do not complete this challenge in time for Sunbreak, not only do I have to play Sunbreak like a classic, but I also have to only use Greatsword. You're hoping that I fail to distract Reaver from getting it done too fast? Listen. Yeah, now the stakes are even higher. On June 9th, I struggled to beat the Double Barroth and Plesioth quests, but I still beat them using the strats previously mentioned. But as for the urgent quest, I got pummeled pretty badly by Brachydios. My sharpness hit orange and I used up all my healing items, which ended in my demise. Yep. I hit a big wall in this challenge. I tried again and still couldn't beat it. On June 10th, I came more prepared, and this time I had a strategy: to use no charge draw attacks when Brachy's enraged. I had to be patient here, as rushing it led to my failure the first 2 times. I also had bombs to use when I hit yellow sharpness. After all was said and done, I beat Brachy and my patience finally paid off. I could now finally get the parts needed to upgrade the current greatsword. But the problem was, I needed to hunt 2 Diabolos to get them, and unfortunately my weapon was still low rank, and farming Brachy for the Dios Blade would take too much time due to bad RNG, and it would take 30 minutes to beat each time. So I took a different option, the Uragan Greatsword. The only issue with this is Volvodon carapaces are needed, and high rank Volvodon for whatever reason is only in village quests, so I have 2 options. 1, spend an eternity fighting Brachy for his greatsword, or 2, go through the village until I have access to Volvodon. Option number 2 sounds pretty good to me. After a decent amount of time going through village quests, I was finally able to farm the Volvodon parts needed to make the Uragan Greatsword. Once I got it though, I noticed the Nargacuga tree, which caught my interest. On June 11th, I did the key quest so I could get access to Nargacuga, though I will say the current Greatsword's sharpness was slightly lower than the previous one, making some monsters not as easy to hunt, but I needed the bigger damage. Unfortunately for me, I would have to switch Greatswords to do this double monster quest. When I had Jade Barroth capture ready, I misplaced the trap only for it to limp away, which meant I had to slay it, resulting in losing sharpness. Of course, when I fought Baleful Giganox right after, I eventually hit red sharpness. Not to mention, time almost ran out. Luckily, I had a spare trap, so I captured it to get this quest out of the way. I tried to take on Ivory Lagiacrus, but met my shocking demise, so it was time to upgrade my armor. The only set that can help at this point is the Diabolos Armor, since it has focus and critical eye. But since I didn't want to hunt 2 Diabolos, I'd rather hunt 1, so this meant going back to the village quest for the time being. Once I got to the single Diabolos quest, I farmed it until I got the full armor set, which would soon help with the rest of high rank. Oh, would you look at that? Slow sharpening. I mean, it's not like I can sharpen anyway. When I came back to fight Ivory on June 12th, I still struggled, mostly because of the stuns and lack of openings to heal. I tried again only to be defeated again, so I had to do something different to get past it. After grinding my way to 9-star village quests, I decided to farm both Azure Rathalos and Nargacuga for the parts to make both greatswords. On June 13th, I do battle again with Ivory, and this time with the Azure Rathalos Greatsword, I was finally able to beat it and move on to HR 5. The key quests were pretty forgiving so far, even with the double hunt quest with Sand Barioth and Black Diabolos. But as soon as I saw the Glacial Ignactor quest, I was worried since its armor is very tough until it softens above ground. But it was surprisingly easier than I expected. All I had to do was hit the chest, which was exposed. Just like how the subscribe button is exposed, and you should hit that too. Before doing the next key quest, I went to get the Mock Mealings mask for Cha-Cha because his current one is kinda useless. I fought Deviljho, which wasn't too bad apart from one thing: Dragon Blight. See, in the current games, this ailment only negates your elemental damage, but in this game, Dragon Blight also affects your sharpness. But even with this thorn in my side, I was able to best the pickle. It was now on to the last quest before G-Rank, but before that, I realized something. The Brachy Greatsword from earlier requires a Brachy gem, but what I didn't realize before is that it can also be obtained from upgrading, which doesn't need a gem. So on June 14th, I got a new greatsword and upgraded it until I got to the Brachy tree to get the upgrade. I see what the next upgrade is, and oh, it still needs a Brachy gem. Welp, back to the urgent quest. The fight with Goldbeard Sadis wasn't anything special. Took almost 40 minutes to beat, but afterwards I finally had access to G-Rank. I go for the Ragnarok armor since it has some of the skills I needed. On June 15th, I was getting through some key quests until I hit a wall in the form of Pink Rathian. She was hitting so hard even with my upgraded armor, but I did beat her after 3 attempts. It was about halfway until Sunbreak releases. I had to make haste but do so carefully if I was to beat this challenge in time. Of course, I was nervous for Green Plesioth because my armor is weak to water, plus with how big it is, it would be hard to get good hits on the weak points, and I was right. In my attempts to attack the weak spots on Green Plessy, he flopped, hip checked, and slapped me silly, causing me to run out of items. But I eventually beat it after 40 minutes. I do so some key quests until I come across Jade Barroth, which would have been a fine fight if I didn't get greedy with using moves other than the draw attack. I reached yellow Sharpness in this hunt, but still managed to get the victory. Nibblesnarf I thought would be torture because I bounced off his snoot with blue Sharpness, but surprisingly it was easier than I expected. Thankfully. Diabolos wasn't as bad as I anticipated due to his weak points not being limited to the back, but I do admit I ran out of healing items and the hunt took almost 40 minutes. Then I did the quest with Barroth and Baleful, which wasn't that bad, and moved on to the urgent quest that had me worried quite a bit. I could only hope to get the gem and mantle I needed after it was over. Sadly, these brackies wouldn't give me a chance to get the rewards. I managed to get one down, but the next one gave me a lot of trouble. I ran out of healing items and there was 5 minutes left. I tried desperately to capture it in hopes that it would have low enough health, but of course, it didn't. I needed a new strategy. On June 16th, I needed the upgrade for the Dio's Blade, but the RNG is the worst in 3U for reasons we already know. But it was the only way to beat the double brackies, and at this point, I could only hope it didn't take forever to get. But after 4 brackie hunts, I got it. I could now give the double brackies a taste of their own medicine. Right? Even with the new Greatsword, I still struggled. They kept dealing so much damage that I needed to heal constantly, and with little to no openings, I was overwhelmed. The only other thing I could do was get better armor. On June 17th, I got the armor needed, and by the way, I got really lucky with a fast charge plus 5 charm, which helped a lot. However, even with all that grinding, I was still stuck. How was I supposed to beat this? Well, it looked like my only option was the Barroth Greatsword, since Ice is Bracky's secondary weakness, and I could max out the weapon without rare materials. Once I got the new Greatsword on June 18th, I could only hope this would help me beat the brackies. I finally was able to beat the double brackie wall, and I'm happy to say that this quest was so much easier with the Ice Greatsword. I was able to upgrade my brackie weapon, but of course I needed a mantle to get the next one. But I would come back to this later. After doing a good number of key quests on June 19th, I took time to make the final armor set. You have no idea how long it took to get this. On June 20th, I tried to do the canteen quest to grind for the Brachypallium, but to no avail. But after trying the double brackie quest, the Pallium was obtained. I couldn't believe it. The RNG for this game is actually good to me for once. So after getting it, I got the rest of the mats needed and finally upgraded the Brachy Greatsword to the max. Cha-cha, you peek! It was finally time to take on the final monster in this challenge, Dire Morales. I cannot waste any time. Oh, I can hit the chest easily. That's a meaty hit. My armor's not quite maxed out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He's doing the charge again. I should probably use that Dragonator. Oh, he's gonna do a meteor attack. Oh, I think I did something. Attack the tail more. Oh, can I knock him over again? Oh, that just flinched him. Every time he moves, it does damage. Oh, come on! Great sword, more like great miss. Oh, no. Oh, that actually did not hurt as bad as I thought. Gotta hit on the hands, but I don't want the hands. I want the chest. Oh, he's flattening. Oh my gosh, that does so much damage. Okay, I have to Farcaster. No, Farcaster. Go. You're kidding me. I got so desperate. He's coming back on land. Dragonator. He's right in front. Are you kidding me? He was right there! Oh no, he's gonna flatten me, isn't he? Ow! Oh, the chest! Oh, he's gonna do that little charge attack right there. Oh my gosh, that does so much damage. I have to heal, like, in the water. Oh gosh, can I hit his head from here? Yes! Oh, get me in the water! Oh, he's gonna do the thing. Oh, I got him! Oh my gosh. Oh! He missed. Wait, there's a Dragonator right here. Wait, I didn't know this. Wait, what? Oh, come on. How was that not close enough? Are you, I really hope that Dragonator over there has recharged because I'm running out of options other than just crit drawing over and over. Oh no, I'm at green sharpness. I feel so close. I need to beat this challenge. Last time he was this close, I gotta gamble it. What? Did that not hit? That had to have hit. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gotten in rage mode. Oh, I was about to make the hit on the chest. Oh, that still hit me. But it didn't kill me, which I find surprising. Whoa! Oh, no. I'm on my last feint now. 10 minutes left. Are you joking? Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm cornered. I need to get out now. I did not think this was going to be that bad. If only there were binders in this quest. I could hold him still, and I can deal a lot of damage. Okay, I have 1 bullet left. And I missed the last bullet. Why? 5 minutes. Come on, I need to beat this challenge. I don't want to play Sunbreak with only Greatsword and classic style. Cha-Cha, Kayamba, do something useful. If I beat this by the skin of my teeth, I will be so happy. My heart is actually pounding right now. Yes! Yes! Let's go! Can you beat Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate's G rank without sharpening? Yes! You can! What was the time left? Oh my gosh, 35 seconds. I beat this challenge with 10 days left to spare. If you want to see more from me, you can check out this playlist on the No Sharpen run for 4 Ultimate, or this playlist for the Rusted Weapon Challenge in GU.